Welcome back, everyone. So this is session 7 of season 3, and again in this session, without further ado, let's jump into the codes and start where we left off. So this is what we've designed so far, and we were supposed to fix these links, the color of the links and the style of the links and things like that. So let's first start by that. And here inside our we had let's see how I selected it. So this is the social. So inside not sorry socials, I thought the a tags are inside socials. So in contact items here we have something we can assign a class to them and call it, hold the alt key and click here, and I can give a class to this one, and I can assign a contact link to this one. And so let's come back here. So inside in contact item we have another thing. So let's remove these CSS properties here, and I'm going we did use contact link rather than contact icon. So this is it. So contact link. So the first thing is that the text decoration should be none. Okay, we do not want to have any text decoration. So if we hit refresh, we see we have no longer the text decoration. And for fixing the color, we can both set the color to white, or we can set it to inherit. So you can inherit your color just like everyone else, a tag. So this is it. And for the hover effect, I believe this one is wrong. So see, when we hover this, only the envelope changes the color, or only the phone changes the color. For this, I believe it's wrong. I think they all might should change color. So we can select the contact link. So there's a problem if they all want to change color. This icon, this contact icon, is nothing inside that. Is not inside a tag. Do you know what I mean? Let's do that in order for you to understand what do I mean. See, if I say contact link hover, okay, when the contact link is hovered, go ahead and change the color to our var primary, right? So this is what we can do. Change that to primary. So let's put the semicolon here, hit refresh. You can see the color is actually being changed to the primary thing that we have, but the icon is not changing color. And of course it should not change the color, because this icon is not inside this a tag, is actually next to that. So there are a couple of ways to fix that, but the simplest way is actually just rather than using sibling selector and complicated things like that, we can just simply put the icon inside that. But be aware that we are when we are moving this contact icon to this a tag, this selector will no longer work. We have this contact icon, because this contact icon is no longer directly inside contact item. So be aware of that. This is something that we are breaking, or but we need to fix that, of course. So let's come here and put that inside our a tag. And again for this one as well, do you know what I'm thinking about? The problem that we have is that two of them are links, but one of them is not link. And also, now that I think about it, who puts down his whole address in his CV? Maybe the city that you are living in, city and country that you are living in. Yes, that's seems reasonable enough. But the whole address, I don't mean. I think so. I changed that to city, maybe to a city, maybe just New York. United States, sorry. And the problem that we have, one of them is, two of them are a tag, but one of them is not a tag. So for now, temporary, let's comment this one out. We come back and fix this third item for sure. But for now, let's concentrate on this two things that we have. We have a contact item, and inside that contact item, there's a contact link, okay? And inside that contact link, there is a contact icon and there is a text of that. So the contact icon that we have, we need to add another thing to that. This is inside contact link actually, so we can cut this here and say that copy this contact link as well, because this contact link is actually inside that. Sorry, I pasted at the wrong place. So this is it. This is good now. So for now, let's see the result. See, this is our envelope. It's working just fine. It's completely great. And again, I think we did mess something up. But do you remember when we assigned a flex display to p tag and align items to that? So now we no longer should apply that to contact item. We should apply that to contact link, because now this contact link has these two items, and these two items should be aligned together. So this is something that we need to fix. So this display flex and align item center is something that should be applied to contact link now. Okay, display flex. So hit refresh. So this is it. And this is good now. This is great. And now we have fixed everything, it seems. But let's come back and fix the address that we have, or the city that we're living in. So the problem is they are links, these two, but the other one, this one, is not linked. The person that has designed this for this one just has ignored this, and we can go ahead and design it just like this person, then just like he has done. But now that I think about it, we can make it look like a link, because I like to be like each other, because this is a link. If this is a link, this is a link, so the other one could be a link too as well. So I like to make it a link also, so I can say New York. So let's go inside google.com search, because this search is on DuckDuckGo, and I'm going to search New York. Okay, New York, for example, and I am going to, so this is it. I'm going to this link for the New York. So this link of Google Maps. So this is it. I'm going to copy this one. So this would be the link. Okay. So come back here and let's uncomment this one. Sorry. Highlight everything. Hit Control/ to uncomment that. And we are going to create a tag. And the a tag should have a class just like everything else, and it has a contact link class, and the href is the long text that we copied from Google, and hold down the Alt key and hit up in order to move them there. So come back here, hit refresh, and this is the New York. And let's there's something about target blank. When we are putting a link in our website, and the link is from another website or redirects user to another domain, we should use target blank. For example, this click, when user clicks on this link will be opened in the same tab. So this is not okay. The better way, or the best way for these circumstances, is to use target blank, okay? Because this way user still is in our website. So for this one, the target is blank, so it will be opened in a new tab and our website is still open. But if this link was something inside our website, we could have used without target blank. So And these things are just mail to, they don't need to be target blank, and this is just a call to somewhere else. So I think this is it. We have designed the this part here. And for the hover effect, we can actually go ahead and apply some more changes and have a better hover effect for this one. So we may come back in future and apply some more hover effects. For example, maybe the scale changes, or maybe a line comes under that. Maybe I saw something in UIVerse. I want to use that, UIVerse.io. Now that I think about it, there was something very beautiful in UIVerse. It was in button section, but it could be used for something like this as well. It's not actually a button, so let's randomize based on views. There was something less. Yes, this was it. So this was it. I think we can use this for here when it's hovered, right? Yeah, we can use this. So let's click on get the code and use this snippet in our project. So as you can see, for the HTML section, there's just a button tag. Okay, it has a button tag, but I want to use something else rather than button, because button, this is not a button. Okay, so for this, we can actually give it to a tag as well. But for here, I am going to use a span tag. So hold down Alt and change that to span tag. Okay, and this is yourdailycodes.com. Let's clean that. So this is a UIVerse, and these, what are these? This and NBSP. This is non-breaking space. I'm gonna talk about this non-breaking space later on, because now we are in middle of something. I'm gonna come back to this non-breaking space and talk about that. Don't worry. But for now, since we are in middle of something, so we copied the HTML code. It's time to copy the CSS code. Okay, let's copy all of them. So here, and it has applied a class of button to this, but I am going to apply a class of awesome effect. Awesome effect. I saw that awesome here, and awesome effect came in, and maybe some better name actually if you found it, but I'm going to go with awesome effect. So let's come here and paste these codes here. So since we have put comments in our codes, let's make our comments a little bigger in order to because when the comment section is small, the little comments should be, so because this is a big comment, this is a big comment. Okay, I want to have a difference between my little comments and big comments in order to have better code readability. So we can come back here, actually paste this here, paste this here, and for this one here, this is the place that I pasted the buttons. So that's why here now they are the small comments there. So for here, I am going to talk about have the awesome effect. Okay, and comment this one here and here. This would be a big comment. I'm very bad at spelling. I'm awful at that. Control Alt L. So okay, this is it, and for this one as well, this is it. Control Alt U. So everything's good to go. But the only difference is that we are using awesome effect instead of dot button. So here, if there's another button, so I hit Control D, Control D, Control D, so I highlighted all of them. Now I hit Control V, so this is our awesome effects. Now we can come back and change the colors, and we will come back and change the colors. So, but for now, let's see the output, and this is it, UIVerse, and this is it. So the point is, now that we are looking at it, So this is the non-breaking space is something that we are going to talk about, but rather than this contact link, we have to have our email. So let's copy the email here, your daily codes at I said at email, no, this is at gmail.com, your daily codes at gmail.com. So paste that there. So it seems that we have two texts here. The code, this is the way that the code is being written. Yeah, one code is for the before, so we have to have both of them here. So this is it, and again I like to have space in my code, so that's why I go ahead and break these codes here and come back here, hit refresh, and now it's a little better, but we need to come back and change the font size for sure, colors and things like that. But let's talk about this non-breaking space. Okay, what is this non-breaking space? See, HTML, okay, is not sensitive to white spaces. In fact, an enter or an space, they all will be for example here, hello, I have written hello, okay, I'm, okay, or Alex Johnson. If I put one space, or let's see, a lot of space between there, when I come back here, hit refresh, you can see it has only one character of a space. So it doesn't matter how many spaces you put inside your code, or even you hit 10 enters here or maybe 10 enters here, it doesn't matter. It only, the HTML sees that as one space, whether if it's enter, you hit enter and go to the next line, whether if it's space, so all of them are space. So in fact, that would be, the space would be broken. But what if I want to have more than one spaces? So that's why there's something called, and these things like this are not only this, the and non-breaking space is not the only character for that. For example, what if, for example here, what if I want to have, there's some problems in HTML that there are solutions for that. For example, what if I want to say H3, okay? When I come back here, hit refresh, where is that H3? I wanted to print out the exact thing. I don't mean an H3 tag. I don't want to use H3 tag. I want to print out the exact H3, product designer H3. Why it's not being printed out? Why? So of course, because HTML thinks that it's a tag, and it's for that. Okay, so for solving this problem, there's something called and. So these characters, they all start with an ampersand, and sign, and a semicolon. And there's something inside that. For example, if I say GT means greater than, okay, greater than. And if I come back here, refresh, and you can see it's that character. And if I hit, okay, again, everything goes inside and semicolon. Hit LT, it means lower than. So here it's lower than character. So if I want to do that, I need to write that like this. Lower than H3, okay, and H3, and we can hit that slash here. Okay, come back here, hit refresh. You can see now we have that H3. So you will be able to see a full list of these things like this character. There's maybe even copyright icon characters. There's some symbols, HTML symbols, or they are called actually HTML entities. These HTML entities, you can search for that, and inside W3 Schools, the full list of these HTML entities are there. So, but the most important one of them are this LT and greater entities. So see, and the entity name, semicolon. This is it. or there's another syntax for that. This is also correct too. So, but this non-breaking space and this lower than and greater than are the most useful. But the other one, the euro, there are so many. You can see the full list there. So let's come back to the code. Now we know that what is that non-breaking space in that code that we just saw. So let's clean these here. And since we added, let's change that to Ali Saifi and change that to full stack developer. And I'm not at New York, but I'm not gonna tell you where I am also as well. But so this is it. So come back to the thing that we had here, this yourdailycodes.com. So we need to make the font smaller, and we need to go and apply some CSS properties to that. But since we are, of course, running out of time, that's enough for this session. So we need to continue working on this in this session. So we are going a little slow but deeply, because, for example, I could have just not mentioned anything about this non-breaking space and immediately go to the next one, fast, very quickly, prepare the result and finish the course. That's something that I can do, but no, I want to talk about everything deeply. When I talk about non-breaking space, I also recommend talk about lower than, greater than, also talk about HTML entities. So that's why I am telling the HTML in a project and everything with that. I'm adding to your knowledge. So that's why sometimes we are going slow, but we are going good. Good and slow, that's better. And don't worry, we will finish this project maybe in 10 sessions, maybe 2 more sessions, maybe. It doesn't matter how many sessions and how many episodes we devote for this project. It's just that I want you to have all the necessary information. I want to have to teach you well, to create a good developer from you guys. So this is it. That's enough for this session. We will continue working on this from the next session. So hope to see you in the next one.